Normally you think about other tournaments and you prepare. You live your life preparing for the Bassmaster Classic. To have that one moment to be on that stage, to weigh in those fish, that's what you fish your whole life for. I mean, I've done more modifications to tackle. Felt good, didn't it? I've done more modifications to tackle than I've ever before in my life. You want to get that edge. You want to do something different. I feel like in the Classic, that one little bit of advantage, that one thing that puts you over the top, I mean, that's what makes a difference. If it gets you one more bite a day difference, that could be the thing. And that's kind of what I've went into, is just really trying a lot of different things, different techniques, different colors. I mean, I've got 4 or 5 chatterbaits tied on, different colors, different blade sizes. I mean, trailers are different. You're really just playing with everything, and sometimes that's too much. You can kind of get carried away, and so I was really ready for practice to get started. That way I could kind of throw everything out of the window and just go with what works, with what your gut tells you, what you trust. Your confidence baits, basically what got you here, and just kind of fish the conditions, fish the element of tinkering with tackle, seeing if it makes a difference, if it is better. But at the end of the day, getting down to it and just going fishing. Normally you think about other tournaments and you prepare. You live your life preparing for the Bassmaster Classic. To have that one moment to be on that stage, to weigh in those fish, that's what you fish your whole life for. God, these dudes. Growing up as a kid, you watch Bassmasters, you watch the Classic, you see all these tournaments, and you don't think nothing of it at the time. You're just a fan of the sport. You just love fishing. Every day after school, you're riding your bike to the lake, and you're like, man, it's a passion. It's what it is. It's America's pastime. It's bass fishing. You don't know why you like it. You don't know why you're appalled to it. It's that competitive drive. It's fishing. You're always outdoors. It combines everything you love into one thing, and you really don't know what you don't know what you're going to do with it or why you love fishing. And all of a sudden you just start fishing more and more. You get into high school and you start fishing, and then you're like, you know what, I mean, professional fishing looks cool. I mean, you see those people on TV and you're like, I would like to try that. I want to try to fish professionally. And to tell you the truth, I'm at the 50th Bassmaster Classic right now. It hasn't set in yet, but I'm telling you, it will. Tomorrow when we're blasting off, I'll probably get a little emotional, because it's like your whole life you dreamed of. When you were sitting there fishing that pond and you didn't think nothing of it, with just you and a couple of your buddies, you're just having fun catching fish. But I'm telling you, that's where it starts. That's the grassroots. That's where your dream starts, and that's when you start that dream and you start chasing it. Because I'm telling you, there's a chance and you can do it. Had to catch a fish on a shaky head today. That's when you know we're in trouble. 10 pounds. 10 pounds. What about you? My bass track says 8. You got him? Looking up at the bridge. And I was like, oh. Feels good to sit over here actually for once. I know I wouldn't want to have been in this seat today because it was choppy and you were holding on for dear life because we were letting her eat. I like when they don't fit in the bag.
Five fish, state number one, professional offers 11 pounds.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at the brim in his mouth.
Oh, nice.
Might need to change colors. There and here's friggin' brim. It's wind's blowing into a pocket, and it's actually got mucked in there. There's no grass and there's stumps around. Little point that sticks out and then it dips back on the back. Catching them in the little shadow rip shad, the 2-hook jerkbait. Just pausing it for 5 seconds. You'd hit it like a jig. You just see the line take off. God, it was,
You just ran out of time?
Ran out of time? Oh yeah, I caught one like with 2 minutes to go. I caught probably every bit of 10 fish in there, and I had probably 6 miss it that I didn't catch. They were in this little cove. And I'm talking about this cove was, I mean, it wasn't, what I was fishing was like 50 yards long, probably 75 yards wide. That's it. And there was shad in there swimming around. They could, every now and then they'd come up and bust on them. Bust on one shad. They wouldn't like school. Should have probably went down there earlier, but I don't think I could have caught 20 pounds doing that. You know, I think I could have caught 12 out of those fish, easily 12. Especially if I'd have got there earlier in the day. I don't know, I mean, it's a game of decisions, you know, sometimes you make the right one, sometimes you make the wrong one. I feel like all week I just was on the verge of it. We just got down from the lake on Lake Guntersville, and this is probably our last ride into stage for the Classic for this year for 2020. I would say we had a good event, but it was a grinder. The fishing was tough for me. Didn't make the right calls this week, but that's how it goes. That's fishing. But listen, when you get the taste of blood, you always have that taste and that crave for it. And I feel like that's what we did this week. We experienced the Classic. We got to experience it. Had a great time. Really enjoyed it. Got used to the flow, to the format this week. So we know what to expect next go around. And I'm telling you, we're going to be gunning for it next year. Just to fish a little differently. This week I practiced a bunch of the lake and found one area of the lake that really stood out in practice. But in the tournament, since there's so many days off in between practice and the tournament, so many things changed. The fish transitioned and they moved, and I didn't adapt to them as much as I needed to. But now that we know that you got to plan for all of those elements, we're looking to get them next year. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to hope we have a good season. We'll get to go fishing. That's all that matters. You can't complain when your office is a 20-foot Falcon. This is my first Classic, but this definitely won't be my last.